You are in for a treat.
Want some candy?
Don't you know what happens on Halloween? Yeah, we get candy.
Ooh, horror.
Cheers real quick.
Yeah.
See the candy crack.
Yeah, congratulations. I wish everybody else could be here today.
Also, if you make the candy, don't burn yourself.
Accidents do happen in the kitchen, kids.
Yeah, but that's a first aid bump for me, so I'm psyched.
Yeah.
The Fangover, right? It's doing very, very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
The Fangover was a Buried Alive film challenge, which had to be done in 13 days. And in those 13 days, we pulled 3 cards. That was 2 subject cards and 1 Cards Against Humanity card. And the 2 subject cards we pulled was vampires and romance. So we decided as a group that we could do something with vampires, but romance was too pigeonholed. So we got rid of that card. Then we had.
Thank God.
Thank
God.
I make fake blood. Like, what am I gonna do with the romance?
We'll talk about that off camera. We can't talk about that on YouTube. This is a family show.
I'm here to make families.
That's what we would do with blood.
So the third card was Cards Against Humanity, which was waking up half naked in a Denny's parking lot. We already had our actors. We knew that Jennifer was going to be our star and that Jason was going to be our backup co-star. Instantly, it was a no-brainer. We decided that we were going to make Jennifer half naked in 27-degree weather and waking up in the back of a Denny's parking lot.
It was either her or
Everybody
me.
wakes
It was
up
like
at
that.
5 in the morning, half naked in a parking lot, covered in breakfast food.
Right. After your experience with working with this sexy, awesome team.
Creeping it real.
Creeping it real.
Creeping it real.
Logo was done by David Olson. Was amazing job. He's a very good artist for Creeping It Real. This is the Creeping It Real logo. And we had so much fun working together that the AD was actually is a director too, Rosalind Maddox. And
She asked us all to come back for her project.
Yeah, I love her so much. I have
Are we allowed to talk about that project?
I probably would keep that one hush hush.
There's another project that we'll talk about in the future when we can.
Interview
That's
Rosalind.
also gonna be great.
The band got back together.
The band got
back together. We've made another film since The Hangover, hoping that it's...
And nobody broke their hand.
And nobody... That's not how
There
we
were
started.
And nobody had pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
both Jason and I showed up
Did not have
with post-COVID pneumonia.
Winter shoots.
Yeah, that was
that
was a blast.
Yeah, there were no injuries at the last one. There was just a broken light. And that was
Yeah.
great.
I'm the film director, and this was Jennifer Pearl, who was our lead actress, and Jason Thompson, who was Vlad, and Krissy, who was our FX specialist, and set design too. She did a lot of set design work. So I want to ask you about your experience with this award-winning film. It's doing really good right now.
I know, I'm so happy about that because it was a little rough to get started, and with those challenges, you just never know how it's gonna go, how it will turn out in the end. So I'm so happy that when people watch it, they're enjoying it, and we get a lot of laughs, and that makes me so happy.
Yes, and how did you feel the moment they called your name for Best Actress?
Oh my gosh, that was shocking, wasn't it? I was like...
No, it wasn't shocking. You deserved that. You really deserved that.
But it was a shocking moment still. I was not expecting it, was the thing. I totally, was expecting for The Hangover as a film to win some sort of award. I was feeling good about that.
Yes.
And so when they said what the actual award was, it was just like, I don't know what my ears are hearing right now. Shannon,
Go
you
get
won!
I was
Go
like,
get
no.
your award!
And I was like, no, that's your award, lady. You go get your award. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's really awesome.
I was such a nerd, too, because I went to get my award, and I'm like, well, that's me!
Well, it's really exciting, and we're really glad that you were in our film. And what do you think of your co-star, Jason?
Yes,
you vomited on him several times.
I did get to blow on him a little bit. That because it's very intimate, and I felt so close to you afterwards. Like this is for life.
I got you
now.
back in the hallway though.
You did definitely.
That stuff you had to drink was. Well, that was a fun experience.
Drinking that wouldn't have been so bad if I wasn't also smelling you at the same time.
Because we only had like a weekend to film the thing, so.
Yeah. So let's explain kind of what happened. There's a vomiting scene, which you really have to see for yourself, and basically we had to do this into 2 sets in 2 days. So he had to be wearing the same clothes. He got vomited on.
Trust me.
By what was that concoction?
It was sugar-free syrup and tomato soup.
Yes.
And noodles.
And noodles, that's right.
That was fun for me to get to throw it on you because we spent a year at a haunted house together where he made me disgusting.
Yeah,
so that was fun.
It's kind of like the whole thing was just a whole bunch of revenge porn because I'd spent so much time doing gross things to other people, and then finally it got to happen to me.
I was not gross for a change. That was awesome.
So I was just stuck in the middle of this
literally
battle.
It was.
Great. As if laying on the ground naked at 28 degrees wasn't rough enough.
I did try to keep your hand warm.
You did.
Well, since it was filmed over a 2-day period, the clothes had to dry out over the day. So you can imagine the tomato juice and the syrup and the vomity and noodleness dried up and crustied up on his clothes and had to wear it the very next day for continuity.
So I think we learned
So
the
what was
most
that like?
important thing is that if you're going to film a short horror movie like that, get the topless shots first and get the gore stuff last.
Yes. So I see you guys are wearing matching robes today.
Star robes.
Yes.
I'm so embarrassed. We both showed up dressed alike. One of us has to go change.
So in the film, they're actually wearing the robes together, and I'm so glad y'all wore them today. I love it. I think this is a good homage,
I
right?
love this robe.
Yes, it's definitely you.
Cheetah print. Cheetah print.
Cheetah print.
I have cheetah print everything.
It's so we can sneak up on other predators.
So Jason, tell us a little bit about your experience on the Fangover. What did you think?
I've been doing a lot of horror movies for a very long time, and this was like the very first time I was actually like 95% hands off because all I had to do is really be an actor. And so like
show up topless.
I just showed up.
You showed up topless.
I did.
And let me bedazzle you.
Yeah. And so it's like
so his nickname is Glitter Tits, by the way. Sorry. I know
she wasn't gonna let that get by.
Nope, never. Can't wait to read the comments now.
Yes, sip.
Let's talk about some of the awards the Fangover has won. So it's exciting. It's actually doing very well in the festival circuit. And let's talk about the Buried Alive, the one that got us all started, that put us all together, right? So the Buried Alive Film Festival it comes around once every year, and you have 13 days to make a film. And that is the one that started the Fangover and this group of people. So we won Cinema Challenge and Best Overall Cinema, and then we also won Audience Choice.
I'd like to thank Blake and Luke for putting on Buried Alive Film Festival.
Okay. And, what did y'all think about the Buried Alive Film Festival?
That was a really fun one too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
The guys are really cool.
Yeah, they're super cool. And that was fun.
It was a lot of fun. And I saw some really, really great films that were
There's
there.
a lot of really incredible films there.
Well, it's a full weekend of really awesome indie horror films and that's like supporting indie horror in Atlanta is super important because there's so many great filmmakers and everything out here that I think Buried Alive is doing it really well.
Right. And we had some tough competition. It was really exciting to see that we took home both awards for it.
Well, and they said that they actually had to bring in, there was a tie for the Best Cinema Challenge that we ended up winning.
Yes.
And they had to bring in Lawrence Harvey from Human Centipede
as the tiebreaker.
Right.
And
so it's kind of cool.
That was so cool for me. If you remember when they told us that they had brought him in, I was like, what? That guy watched my movie?
And he loved it.
And he loved it.
Main
he gave
character.
us the best commentary.
Yes, he did.
Film.
Yes, he did. So actually, I will go ahead and read what he said, and I will put
I
it
love
up
what
on
he
the
said.
screen. So, Lawrence Harvey from Human Centipede 2.
The best human centipede.
Right.
Like it's like the Godfather series.
Exactly. The Fangover was smart, funny, stylish. It ticked all the boxes of vampire lore whilst defyingly avoiding the obvious cliches. It was well shot, pacey, and a little bit sleazy. A fantastic short. So what do y'all think about Lawrence Harvey?
That was so cool to hear his commentary.
I'm so happy he thought we were the right amount of sleazy.
I know.
Just the
That's
right
one of
amount.
my favorite parts.
For
Like,
him to
thank
say
you for
that,
praising.
that's
Yeah, for the man who made was starring in one of the most disgusting films like released. For him to be like, you
He's
are the
like,
right
right.
amount of sleaze. I'm like, we did it. That's it. That's awesome.
Yes, absolutely. So Human Centipede 2, which
Yes.
is
It's fucking disgusting.
yeah, it's
I don't know why
let's
we're
just call it
pretending
like
it's not. It's
yeah,
fucking disgusting, but
really,
it's
really
awesome.
gross. Yeah. Anyway, we're not even going to go there. Maybe we'll save that for another episode.
Please do. I want to
Yeah.
come back and talk about.
I can't
that
wait to
movie.
make a cocktail for that.
So we're
I
gonna
can't wait
put,
to drink a
the-
cocktail like that.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
Ew, gross. What would that even
We're gonna
be?
need a little people-shaped
Listen,
drink.
we're going to use the
container.
gaff tape to connect to the both of you
We're
together.
gonna have Barbie
You
dolls
guys have to
flipped
rock,
upside
paper,
down.
scissors,
on
figure who's A and who's B. Yes. We'll go from there.
No, please, ladies first. Always.
Her. Anyway, exciting.
Speaking of FrankenCon,
So,
wasn't there an
Franken-
award that
Yes.
was won there?
Yes.
Yes.
So you won Best Actress, lady. That's so well deserved. So well deserved.
Thank you.
I was really excited, stoked for you.
And the award itself is so dope.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous
Could
that
we
you got something
insert a
that
photo
cool.
of
Yes.
the award?
Yes,
in
I have a
post?
photo of that. So.
Yes, so the guys at FrankenCon,
Fix it post.
they made the custom awards. They took actual VHS tapes, which mine was. Oh shoot, I took the tape out. And what
Sure.
was it? Oh gosh, what was it? Do you remember?
Oh,
when
I
we
forgot.
looked?
No, I forgot.
too.
It was really funny though.
It was.
a
It was like
Like
it
an
was
actual
not a horror
Caddyshack
film.
or something.
Yeah, it wasn't
It
a
was.
horror
It was
film.
so
something kind
funny.
of silly. I think it was Shanghai Nights or something
Yes,
like that.
yeah, it was. I think it
Shanghai
was. It was
Nights.
so funny.
So it was an actual VHS that they probably picked up from like Goodwill or
Yeah.
something, and they custom made the
So cool.
sleeve. I just thought that was so touching.
And you know,
That's
as a
awesome.
designer, those types of things are really difficult to fold and make and print out,
Right.
and so they put a lot of work and love into that.
They
so.
did, and it was great that they put our awesome movie poster on the VHS.
Yes.
That was exciting.
And I want to talk about FrankenCon real quick about the people that put that on. It's Madcap 3 Entertainment. So thank you guys out there. Matthew, Richard, and Corey, you guys
we'll
are
definitely
really
be there
great.
next
You
year.
put
Yes,
on an
so
absolutely
we'll be returning
wonderful
FrankenCon.
festival.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
so exciting, you guys.
It really is.
So let's talk about the online film festival that it was in shortly, Severed Limbs.
Severed Limbs.
And Neil Jones, really great guy, really good guy, and he puts on this online film festival. And there's another one coming out in October. But this online film festival was a great experience for me anyway, because you could chat along with other people and get their immediate reactions
That was a lot of
to
fun
things
watching
that
that.
happen.
Watching that happen. It was
Yeah.
cool. Pizza's done?
It's not delivery.
DiGiorno.
It's also not a Tuma.
Not a Tuma.
Not a Tuma.
So, the exciting things about Severed Limbs is we took home 3 awards for the Fangover.
That was so cool.
Yes, the audience choice, and also best poster design, which we have right up here, right behind us.
My boutique.
Yes, look at that
Boudoir.
nice firm backside, but supple, but firm. And then
I love the hair, to be honest.
I
and,
do too.
And I love the green highlights that you put in my hair. It almost made me want to go and do that to my hair.
And then
The third award.
The third award was the best line, which was written by Krissy Watts.
Best line.
Writing credit,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, get a writing credit.
Right?
Which was, go ahead and say your line, Krissy.
Oh, this smells like cat shit and cottage cheese.
Smells like cat shit and cottage cheese.
Yes, she did a lot of research on that line, so it's really deserving that she won that best line.
Runner up for Best Actress.
Yes,
and
you did.
Jason got runner up for Best Actor.
Yes, almost.
So
Yeah.
I think that's great too,
Yeah.
because I mean, it was like what, 6 hours of films?
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
6 hours of
Yes.
films,
And I was there the whole time.
It wasn't broke down into small categories. It was everybody in that 6 hours, all their films. You know, they
Right.
were up for all of these different awards that they created. So I thought that was cool, even just to get a runner up on that as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
there were some great people, some great films.
Yes.
You know, so.
But this is like it just keeps going, and we got till January 2023 where we're going to be releasing the film on YouTube and Vimeo and just everywhere to the public because we got to make more films.
And then Tubi.
So
Because that's where
I wanna
everything
be on
goes.
Shudder.
Everything goes on Tubi.
I want to be
at the
on
end.
Shudder and
Not a
Tubi.
sponsor.
Those are the two
Shudder,
goals.
Tubi.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat
Shudder,
on
I
Shudder
think you're gonna
every
get-
single day. Be like, you will do this.
No love for El Rey. Come on.
So if you do want to see the Fangover before 2023, cross your fingers because we are also entered in for Days of the Dead in Chicago and Atlanta, and then Spooky Empire in Orlando. So
I'm excited about that.
I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of Spooky.
Me
you know
too,
what?
me too.
If you would like to see the Fangover in your town, you know, send us an email. Send an email to those film festivals in your town and let us come there. You know, give it a try. Or tell Days of the Dead to make us a special selection.
Yeah, message Days of the Dead in both Atlanta and Chicago and go, we want to see the Fangover.
Send us an email.
See
We're
it?
going to show up in that cool van. It's going to be a bunch of us and a bunch of booze going, all
Murder
right, let's
van."
watch it. It'll be like a world tour for a 5-minute film.
To be fair, I think it's like 8 minutes.
Talk after enough.
It's 8 minutes.
Well,
Yes, we have to thank Scott for letting us use
Yes.
the coolest van in
Hashtag
all of
Death Dealer
existence.
van or
The
something
Death
like
Dealer
that.
van is
amazing.
I'm such a huge fan of this shit.
I know, and the fact that
You
he
got
brought
to
it out and
drive
let
it,
us
like-
use it. It was so cool of him. So
Yeah.
thank you, Scott.
Yes.
You really contributed to the metal factor.
And
of
he
the movie.
too was a very good trooper because because of the Boy Scouts and everything, we got extended into our timeline.
As
Yeah.
filming does sometimes.
Yeah.
It goes a little long, and it was really cold out. You know,
Yeah.
we were out there, and he was too,
Yeah.
at 30 degrees for a long time
Yep.
before we took it inside finally for the evening.
Yeah, I know. And poor guy, but we are very grateful to Scott. Thank you so much. I don't think the film would have been as good if it didn't have
That van
band.
had its own character.
Like,
I mean, it brought its own character to
It was
the
a
film.
star on its own, and
It
it's
was.
actually
And
it
that's the
is
side
a
of it,
celebrity.
great.
Actually, it
It
has
is.
an
It
Instagram.
has its own Instagram. It has
Please
You go-
follow the van on Instagram.
Yeah,
Hashtag
Death Dealer
here.
Van.
Yeah,
It's
it's called-
at Death Dealer Van. That's legit
Yeah.
his IG.
And that's
it's
another
great. It is
hallmark of
great.
an amazing horror movie besides blood and guts and titties and all that. It's got to have that
Metal
iconic,
van.
badass
Yes,
vehicle.
the van. There's
Yes.
a lot of good vans in horror films.
Yes.
Yeah, and poor Robin.
We did, and,
behind
and
van.
that's what Lawrence was saying, I feel like, is that we had all those, like, we ticked all the good horror
Yeah, yeah.
boxes on the film. We
Yes.
had the metal van, we had the titties.
Yes,
You know?
exactly,
Like,
exactly.
We
And
had the very grindhouse style credits, which I was.
my favorite
Yes,
part of
Yeah,
I
this.
Kyle.
love same.
I loved it. It
Same.
was
I
so
love the way
perfect.
that Kyle put that together. It
Yeah.
was like so intense. You
Yeah.
know, like we've had a couple of laughs, we've seen some titties. Now it's fucking
Right.
intense.
Yeah.
So I
And you know,
love
when
that.
we're at the film festival,
Things
those
took a
credits
turn.
roll. When those credits roll, I hear how much people love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really cool.
Yeah,
and
the
I
credits
always want to
themselves.
whisper to him, "Hey, that's that guy over there, Steve's Kyle.
Right.
He's really, really talented guy." So
He is. He is.
yes, and you
Unless
two
you're on
too.
this side.
Can we talk about the vomit scene for
Yeah,
just a minute?
yeah, I'd love to
let's
talk
have
about
a
the vomit
fun-
scene. Let's do it.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's one of the best scenes. Obviously.
It's the best scene.
It
It
That's
really
the best
is
scene.
one of the best scenes.
I mean,
and,
the titties were great, y'all.
Well,
and you were such a willing participant.
Like I felt it was just karmatic retribution for all the terrible things I've done to all these actors over the years. You know,
and
it's all like,
haunted house actors.
here it
not
comes,
just
and
that.
like we're making it, mixing it. It's
So
like sauerkraut.
making it before it was
'Cause
like
you spent days.
It was
Multiple
yeah. We were
times.
outside. We were outside the night before filming. I was here with a mixture of sauerkraut.
Yeah, it was cold.
It was cold. We're outside, and I'm putting my tongue in a hose
Every
to
gag-
stop it.
every gag we
with,
attempted just did not work.
we tried an air compressor that was like
I used actually no sodium bicarbonate fire extinguisher. Did nothing except a bunch of white powder came out.
It was actually was funny because it was like a little dribble.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
It was like a little
strong.
Yes, no, that's no exactly.
And they said, "Okay, Shannon, we're ready for you." And I come out there and they go, "Oh, here we go!" And they're all excited. And just
and now keep in mind, it's
like
again. Hold on. Before we do this, before we discuss this, remember it is. At this point, it is sauerkraut, sugar-free syrup, and tomato puree. Tomato puree.
And you know, as you're making this, that I'm gonna have to put this in my mouth at some point. So,
but to be fair, that night I had the hose in my mouth and I was blocking it from getting in my mouth with my tongue. Mm-hmm. So I'm ingesting this as I'm trying to force blow vomit out of a hose, and then we tried a tube, we tried a hose, we tried a fire extinguisher. Yeah, we ruined a leaf blower.
Did not shoot vomit.
Yeah, leaf blowers don't do it. So both of us have pneumonia, and we don't want to get our clothes super disgusting. So it's 20 degrees. We're in t-shirts. It's dark out. As I'm trying to blow sauerkraut, tomato puree, and fucking syrup out, and it was awful. So we nixed the sauerkraut and
so was
some
that
of the noodles.
What Jennifer had in her mouth? She
not
had
the sauerkraut. She had tomato puree, sugar-free syrup, and the noodles. I don't know if you had noodles in your mouth. I just throw those in the cup.
Yeah.
So there's a scene where she kind of just lets a little.
She has a little issue when she gets a little. Sick.
So a little bit. So what was that like, trying to digest something you had no idea what the fuck was in there?
Yeah, so I tried not to swallow, but, you know, there's moments where you're like, okay, you're ready for the scene, so you put it in your mouth, and then it takes a little while before it's, you know, action.
and that's right.
Lights, camera, action does not happen that quickly.
No, it really does not. And so I'm just sitting there holding this stuff, like, trying to think very hard. Don't swallow, because, you know, it's sometimes if you don't think about it, your stuff just happens. That's what it does.
Yeah, it's natural.
You know, it's natural. So I'm holding this disgusting stuff, which honestly, it really wasn't that bad. If you had left the sauerkraut, it probably would have been a lot worse.
Sauerkraut was awful. It was so bad.
But
yeah, that was awful.
It was manageable until it was the second day and he was wearing the shirt that we had peeked on from the night before, and the smell.
So you were really good at blow chunks then.
Right, exactly.
We only had one chance also for the first vomit throw.
Right.
And hoping, and I had never thrown such a viscous liquid, because like, who the fuck does? So I was like, don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of the splat.
It's
hilarious.
tough. I've had to do it a lot,
so
and you're always so nervous. It's like, it's one done.
We had to make some quick decisions because we only had so much product, and we had already,
that was like hour 13
or something like that.
Yeah, that was at the end of the night, because everything had to be shot in consensual order.
Right, but we had to film it because it was a 13-day challenge, or we didn't have it, or we just didn't have a film, so we had to make some quick decisions.
And that happened to a lot of people.
I think
out of 13 initial entries, only 5 made it to the festival.
No. It was like only 13 made it in, but technically, I'm sorry. 13 was in, and then only 5
made it in on time, I believe.
Yes. So we were one of those 5.
So we had to make the quick decision about the vomit, and it's still, I know you were concerned because we weren't going to be able to do it how you were planning on doing it.
And I wanted a splatter of vomit, but instead, I think it worked. I think
it
worked for the vomit. I'm very proud of my...
It's hilarious.
I had to be so focused, because when that stuff gets in your eyes, it's like...
I don't know how
the funniest thing to do here is to pretend it doesn't hurt at all.
Yes.
Like, no big deal. Just deadpan, no reaction. So it's like... It's coming. Just don't respond. Whatever happens.
I wish though,
and everybody's laughing around you.
And I'm trying not to laugh.
That was the worst. I felt so bad because everybody else is laughing.
I don't feel bad. I wish somebody caught the glee on my face. Like, and I love you. I do. But just when I watched it splat, I just went.
Yes.
And it was like Christmas for me because it worked
like a Quentin
so
Tarantino
well.
With his blood sprays.
Yes.
It's like so unreal that it's hilarious, and that's what ended up happening. It was like so unreal that it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It was perfect, and then your line right after that was,
oh my gosh.
She wipes her mouth slowly, looks at him like she doesn't even care.
It was a very interesting experience being topless in 30 degrees. That was a first. You know, that was surely a first. And honestly, my takeaway was that I was proud that I did it and I got through it. You know, you had a lot of concern for me.
Yeah, I was.
You almost kind of scratched the whole thing before we even got started, before the day of filming. I remember you were almost thinking about not doing it at all because you were so concerned about me out there exposed in such. I mean, you know, we get cold weather, but this was like exceptionally cold weather that was coming at us, and you rethought it, and I really appreciate that. You're always thinking about our safety and health, and that's amazing. But, you know, I really wanted to do it, and
yeah, you really got through it. You were like, I know I want to do this.
I was proud of myself, you know, because I did start having those moments where you're like, are you okay? And I'm like, well, I'm shivering now, and I'm trying to make myself stop, and I'm thinking about that. I'm like, I am actually trying to make my body stop doing something that I don't even tell it to do. Like, okay. Okay. But it was great. The whole team pitched in to help me in that moment with the blankets and the bodies. The ladies were all just like throwing themselves on me,
warming up
to warm me.
That's what it is.
Vanessa had these hot hands she was putting directly, you know, because when they would put the breakfast foods on me, I couldn't really move and you couldn't really cover me, but we might still be waiting for a battery or something.
Yeah, oh my God, the battery.
So Vanessa would come with the hot hands right there, you know, and it was amazing. And Tej, of course, with the blankets, and Krissy was there with her body and warming the breakfast foods when she could. So everybody tried to take care of me, and that added to getting through the scene for sure. So,
and let's just real quickly talk about Tej too, because I don't think we got a chance to mention her.
No, you haven't mentioned
Tej was she is actually my daughter, and she likes to just kind of jump in and out of projects that I do, just something that interests her, and I really am very super proud of her for jumping in.
She was a big help for me. Yeah, she was a big help for me when I was taking care of Robin and getting her all set up and together. Because it was a lot of me being like, I need this open, I need you to help me with this right now. Because I have one hand that I can't touch anything with, and the other hand is holding appliances. I was like, so I just need you to help me. And it was...
She was a great sport about anything we threw at her that day to do. She jumped right in and did it, didn't say a word about
100%.
it. Not questioning
she's amazing.
anything, just went to it and started doing it.
She's like that with everyone she works with. She's a tremendous asset on set. Like, because of what she's done for us and with us, it's like every once in a while, like we'll work with other directors or filmmakers, and I'm like, hey, we need someone, and
she jumps
right in. Text
what do you
Tej,
need?
get her over.
Yep,
that's great.
I
love Tej.
Yes,
she kept me very warm.
Yeah,
that was the first day her and I met, and there she was, like hugging me all day. Basically, was one of her jobs to hug me with a blanket. That was great. She was awesome.
And I want to make sure that we did not forget anybody. So we got Josh, who was Blanket Man.
Jade. We got to talk about Jade.
Yes. Jade Dickery. Sorry. I think it's Dickery. Sorry. Jade was our sound girl and amazing. She did a really good job. She was making sure you were laved up really nice. Okay. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. I'm glad we could have a little cocktail hour with you. As you can see, mine is completely gone.
Yep.
It's really neat, isn't it?
I just love eating the candy.
I know, right? I'm like thinking, you know, when you're making it,
you're burning yourself, so we can have this deliciousness.
See, but now when I finger gun, it's a little more.
Yeah.
This is a pew. This is
awesome. All right. Well, again, come see the Fangover. 2023 in January will be released on YouTube and Vimeo. The Fangover. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. We love you. And good night.
Okay.
Horror.
You are in for a treat.
Want some candy?
Don't you know what happens on Halloween? Yeah, we get candy.
Horror.